What up, brothers? Welcome back to my channel for a really special unboxing tonight. A lot of the guys in the Facebook community know what I've got coming, but a lot of the guys on YouTube probably don't. I will say the figure inside here, I can't wait to open it because it's a reviewer's dream but a collector's nightmare, so I'm always interested to see it. By that I mean the figure inside is a surefire hit when it comes to getting views on YouTube. It can't fail because of the popularity of the character. Yeah, I say it's a collector's nightmare because I don't think they've done the perfect version yet. I'm hoping that this is it. In fact, I'm kind of praying it is, because it's a character I'd love to have a good representation of in the collection. It is the Amazing Spider-Man 2, I might as well tell you. It got released on Friday in Hong Kong. Anthony signed, budget stock, shipped to me Saturday morning, and it arrived in Sheffield on Monday morning, so I'm buzzing it came this fast. I will say as well, knowing that the riots going on in Hong Kong at the moment, I hope Anthony's safe and well out there, and my best wishes are with him. Also, to you guys who wonder, our figure magically appears on Uncle Clipper's table. I'm going to do something I don't think I've seen in an unboxing video before, and I'm going to show you what goes into pre-ordering a figure, which I do sometimes. About 3-4 months ago, when I had Anthony looking around for the Spade J figure for me, he searched all over Hong Kong for that bitch, finally found me one. We got a rapport going, and also a setup where I could get, instead of using other eBay sellers, I could basically buy from another collector who spoke English. It was just a dream come true for me, because I was always buying stuff pretty early anyway, so it just helped that I could talk to an English citizen living in Hong Kong. I've been waiting for that setup for quite a long time, and like I said, Anthony was the guy that came along at just the right time for me. Yeah, so like I said, when I got talking to him a few months back, I basically gave him a list of figures that I knew were coming, and then I sort of broke the list down into, these are what I would want on release days, these are figures I would want depending on the price, these are figures that I would be interested in seeing but I'm not particularly interested in owning. So we're set up like that. It would be, if Anthony can put his hand on it still, he will send it me, and then I'll review it and then sell it once it gets here. You've probably seen likes the Python, one of the Thor figures were like that, a couple of others, and then in other situations other collectors have bought stuff. Thinking of the Robocop and the Heartbreaker, which is due. Bruce and Chris, they've bought figures but have asked if Anthony will ship it directly to me so I can review it and then ship onto them. So got quite an open setup with Anthony. Like I said, as regards to picking stuff up for me is a dream come true. The fact he's not a seller, I do like. A lot of people still give him shit. I see it. I've even seen it today on Facebook about what are your prices and blah, blah, blah. Let me just say this, and I'll say it clear. Anthony's a good friend of mine, like Wyman is, and like a lot of other sellers are. Anthony's not a seller. He's a collector who collects only Iron Man stuff, but he's more than prepared to do some walking around Hong Kong to pick the figures that we want. Obviously, don't do it for free. Don't be mistaken and think he's doing it out of kindness of his own heart. He wants to get paid. Obvious, because I'd be exactly the same. I don't think he takes a massive cut, and I always think that his prices are comparable to the new release stock that you could get from Tim Cent or Good Shipped or whoever. So bear that in mind. If you're shopping for good prices, then I would say what we've all been saying for so long: go to your local retailer, be that in the UK or US. Put your pre-orders in early, and that is how you get the best price. You're never going to get the best price on figures that are on the shelves in Hong Kong at that moment. Stop being naive, that's how it works. And again, bear in mind, Anthony's a family man. He works in forensic science, and he's not a fucking seller of Hot Toys figures. Although out a kind gesture and a willingness to make a little bit of money on a figure, he will go and search Hong Kong for the figures you want. So I'm going to stop chatting shit, I'm going to stop sucking him off, because I know that's what a lot of people say about me. I'm going to show you what's inside, but before I do, I'm going to cut to a little clip and show you how that came from secret base to being to my possession today.
Alright guys, budget stock here. I think Rick wanted to show a little unusual unboxing video, so I'm here in Hong Kong just to show you picking up his one. Just to show you, this is the pre-order form for this Spider-Man. Now, many people have asked, how do you buy things that are sold out? So just to clear up a couple of points, Hot Toys have, let's say, a 5,000 units pre-order capacity. If they sell out of the pre-orders for those 5,000 units is deemed as sold out, and they'll stop taking pre-orders for that particular figure. So when I show you on the first look videos that it's sold out, it means that it's all sold out. So how do I go and buy these figures for collectors overseas? So the first thing you do is pick up one of these pre-order forms. You have to buy this on essentially the grey market, if you want to call it that, or you buy it from a reseller. If you buy it from a reseller, it's literally buying it from a shop, and obviously they have their markup. Or you can buy this piece of paper, which is the actual original pre-order invoice. So these are standard terms and conditions, which you have to sign at the bottom because it's a legally binding document. So it's a little bit unusual for a figure to have a legally binding document. The reason why they do that is essentially for point 2. If you just have a quick read of that, pre-ordered goods must be collected within 30 days from the date of notification with the original invoice. Otherwise, the deposit and goods will be forfeited at our discretion. So the bottom line is, if you don't get this figure within 30 days of when they announce you can pick it up, you'll lose the deposit you paid on it, which is more than 50%. And on top of that, you won't have the right to buy the figure anymore. And that is quite standard. So we're going to go into Hot Toys now and have a quick look before we pick up the figure for Rick, which is going to be the Amazing Spider-Man 2. So, let's come in here. So, here you can see, here's a Spider-Man 2 figure. We're picking up the special edition. And as you can see at the bottom, it is sold out. Just like at the bottom, the Armory. It's sold out as well. And going upwards, the Robocop. Again, sold out. So that, guys, gives you a quick clue how Hot Toys work with the pre-orders and when the figures come out. So now let's go and pick up this bad boy of a figure. I'll go into a cut now and come back shortly. And here is the bad boy. This is the Spider-Man 2. Amazing Spider-Man 2 exclusive special edition, picked up from Secret Base. Actually, the only things they do sell are some of the smaller things like the workshop accessories, the new Hall of Armor, some of the Cosbaby series, etc. But this is purely a place to pick up figures and nothing else, to pre-order and pick up figures. So now, time to get this back packaged up and sent over to Rick. I've got to include the Secret Base bag as well, and also some Hot Toy stands which he asked for me to get for him. So, come back to you soon. Okay, now, time to pack up this Amazing Spider-Man 2 to Rick. So I've got the Secret Base bag, a number of Hot Toys stands, because I know Rick he needs them for his Gangster Kingdom figures because they don't come with any stands. So I actually will be, using the bubble wrap, which everyone knows I love using. It will be going in a smaller size box, but I think you guys will know I actually use a different number of boxes depending on what size figures you get. This is the smaller size box. The larger one here is for something like a Mark 42 or the Robocop standalone figure, and that one there is a really large box, which is for something like the Robocop die cast with a chair, or a DX size box. That will work nicely for that. So I have different size boxes for different figures, purely for shipping and packaging, to make sure that you guys receive it in one piece. So just so you know, this is what Rick will be getting with all his little goodies sent over to Hong Kong. So thanks for watching, and I hope this explained a little bit more about the process at how figures get sent from Hong Kong over to you collectors overseas. Thanks for watching.
So basically, to show what happened there, the pre-order slip, which he, in some cases, I think I might be right in thinking my Marty McFly is already pre-ordered. He'll have a slip at his house that is pre-ordered for me. So there's no two ways about that. When that hits that shelf, one of them will be mine. No two ways about it. If he's not done the pre-order because I didn't tell him I want the figure soon enough, then he has to buy the pre-order off somebody who has pre-ordered it. So that person then wants a cut. So obviously it elevates your price, because it is a price in Hot Toys. Say for example it's £130. He's got to buy that pre-order slip for say £20 or £30. He's then going to take that pre-order slip to the till, pays the actual price to Hot Toys to pick this up. He only has so many days to do that, and then on top of that would be his cut, which is a percentage of the total value, and then the shipping. So if the box costs £30 to EMS, that's 4-day shipping, then that's what it costs. Like I said before, it's pretty simple how it works. Now, all the pricing comes down to for me is this. If Anthony messages me, like he did Friday morning, Rick, did you know that Amazing Spider-Man were out? All I say is, how much is it? He'll say, it's this amount for 4-day shipping, it's this amount with 8-day shipping, do you want it? And then to me, I'm like, I'll have a look. If the price is too high, I'll say no thank you, I'll wait till price comes down. If it's the price I'm expecting to pay, then I'll transfer him money and he sends it to me. If it's a figure that I'm like, well, I don't know, I'd like to see it, I don't want to buy it, then we'll discuss it over a couple of days and that figure will make its way to me one way or another, so to speak. So it is quite a flexible setup. And also bearing in mind, and I don't want to blow my own horn or sound condescending here, I don't know what everybody else pays. All I know is what I pay, and I never disclose that simply because I don't know if I pay more than anybody else. If that's the case, I don't want to know. I don't know if I pay less than anybody else. I don't know. In my mind, I like to think that I pay less. Now, this might be a fact or not, but the fact that I said that is because by me reviewing this figure, I know by this time next month, this review will have about 15,000 views on it. Now, if that's 15,000 people who decide that they also want to go and buy from Anthony, some of them will, some of them won't. It might make him 100 more sales on this figure. If I've contributed to that, then I might be rewarded for that. Let's not be naive and think that that don't happen, because it does. Now, well, I've said before, people seem to have an issue with me doing it, yet nobody ever says shit about the fact that Sean Long and Optibotimus and all these other guys get stuff completely free. Let me tell you, and I swear on my kids' life, I don't get fucking nothing for nothing. I've received gifts, but I don't have a sponsorship with any seller or any friend or anything else. So like I said, I don't know what others pay. All I know is what I paid for this figure. Right, let's finally have a look at it. So, in top, we've got the secret base bag, and I think it's always nice to have that. And the reason I say that is not because it's a bag and not because I intend to use it, but what that signifies to me is that has come straight from fucking hometown Hot Toys. Hot Toys' very own store, so it's not been sold to one seller, to another, to another, to another, to another. I know it's chances are it's never been opened because it's come over the till at Hot Toys. The bag there proves it, and then I've received it 2 days later. That's why I like the bag. Nothing to do with the bag, because like I say, I'll never use it. It'll stay inside this box. But like I said, it just shows that it's as new as somebody living in England can get it. It's basically like Anthony, an extension of my arm, fucking 40,000 miles away, that's walked into a shop and spent my money for me. That is why I like the bag, and why I like Anthony picking my figures up. Also, here, I just point out here, I did ask him to pick me some Hot Toys stands up if he saw any about, and it looks like he has done that. So there's the stems. Massive shout out to him. That's one of the downsides to collecting the Damn Toys Gangsters Kingdom figures. They don't come with stands, so you've got to keep refreshing your Hot Toy stands. So he has sent me some of those also, which I did ask him to buy. I will say I don't know how many of them he can get, so I don't know if it's a case that if anybody wants Hot Toy stand, I would think price wise you're still probably better off getting them from Collectible Kit Bash in UK, because the price are pretty reasonable. But because I always want a few at a time, I'd sooner get them from Anthony, because he can combine the shipping with the next figure I've got. So that's why I get them from Budget Stark. As you can see, figures in there, nice and bubble wrapped. Fucking hell, how many has he fucking put in? I think he's put every spare stand in fucking Hong Kong in. Massive shout out to him for that, because there's more than I thought they were. So, we'll get it unwrapped, I'll show you the figure, I'm going to open it, but on this one, this unboxing, I will show you inside the box, but I won't be taking the figure out, and I'll explain why soon. Right, we've got him out at bubble wrap, and as you can see, it's another one that's come from Secret Base that for some reason don't come in shipper box, it just comes in the plastic. I think what it is with these, I think it's sort of the new stuff, particularly the more popular figures, when they go to collect them from Secret Base, how it seems is they've already took them out at shippers and you basically just pick it up over the counter like that, which it's okay to me because the packaging's so good that it comes in anyway, so I can see the box in mint condition, so I don't worry too much, like shipper box or not. I know some people, they like, it's first thing you ask you, you're trying to sell something on eBay and they're fucking sending you messages at all times of day. Has he got shipper box with it? I think, fucking hell, a shipper box is nice, but it's not a deal breaker, let's be honest. So anyway, I'm going to get it out of that. I'm going to get the case open, take it out of the clam, but like I said, I'm not going to touch the figure. The reason I'm not going to touch the figure, and I'll explain it here so you watch my next video on this is going to be something that I don't normally do. I spoke about it in a lot of previous videos about breaking figures in or warming them in. I'm doing it on this simply because anybody who remembers the fucking hassle I had with the Amazing Spider-Man 1 figure, with his shoulders, I just want to keep footage of how I handle this figure right from the minute I take it out of the box. So that's what I'm going to do, and I think it will make an interesting video for you guys, particularly guys who haven't collected a lot of figures. I'm expecting this to be on a similar body to the first, looking at the picture I've seen. I just hope that the joints aren't as tight as the first or a lot smoother, so that when you rotate the shoulder it doesn't bust the inner shoulder. That's what I'm hoping for. But like I said earlier, it is a reviewer's dream but a fucking collector's nightmare, or it is mine anyway. So yeah, let's get it open and have a look inside. So, got the bag off, lid off, show you the inlay slip. Nice shot. Take that bitch out. There's a figure inside the clams. Looking pretty sweet. Let's open her up. Like I said, we'll have a look at it without the clam and then I'll bring this video to a close. Great, so top cover off. I will say lighting's not best down here. And like I said, I've just walked in, so it's sort of 6:30 now. The lighting's not that good outside. Yep, looking pretty sweet. So tempted just to pull him out of the box, but I just wanted to show him in the box for the unboxing video, and then like I say, I'm going to do a full video breaking the figure in and talking you through the articulation as we go. So it's like you're receiving it as I'm receiving it. I will say as well, obviously, it is the special edition because that's all that's been released, which again pushes the price up. I suppose it pushes the resale price up as well, so it's all relative, I suppose. And I think with the special edition, if I've read correctly, this is the exclusive item, but also the stand has a different cover to the standard version. So that's the way I understand it. So the figure does look nice. Like I said, I've not even put my hands on it yet. I'm so tempted to pull it out, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get this video uploading first, and then I will handle the figure after that. So for now, this is me, an Amazing Spider-Man 2, and we're out of here.